What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room Podcast with Alex and Jer. Here's some music to start us off. This is Jay Gutta, Slay.
Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yay. At least I can say that I did it my way. Bloody red eyes and I'm sitting sideways. Buck 25 on the fucking highway. Let's go. I think little crimes pay. Little risk, big reward, do it my way. Bad little bitch, do whatever I say. She live a life every night like it's Friday. Slay. I got ties like umbilical. Baby, I'm not feeling it. How do I get rid of it? I swear to God that I'm spiritual. I'm always talking to him. I think he hear it too. The rest is minuscule. There's not a circle I can fit into. Lap them like a swimming pool. Check my stats with analytic tools. I can see who got them hidden views. Mama say I pick and choose. How to stick and move. And I've been sipping gin and juice. You thought that I'd quit or lose. Bitch, you got some different dude. She say that I'm splitting two. What it do? I feel like I can smell a hater. Like we're close, like we stuck inside an elevator. Like we gross, like you got something to tell me later. I'm the seller. What the fuck you trying to sell me, player? They said, fuck 'em, you're an alligator. And it's now or later. You won't get your flowers later. Light this bitch up like a Power Ranger. Leaving people with that sour flavor. You're fucking right, I'm greedy. I want everything. You're fucking right, I need it. It's a sight to see, bitch. Check it out. I might delete it. Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yay. At least I can say that I did it my way. Bloody red eyes and I'm sitting sideways. Buck 25 on the fucking highway. Let's go. I think little crimes pay. Little risk, big reward, do it my way. Bad little bitch, do whatever I say. She live her life every night like a Friday. Slay. Live her life every night like a Friday. Slay.
New Jay Gutta
Hell yeah.
giving us personal permission to play his song.
Hell yeah. Gonna have him on the podcast in a couple months.
Welcome back to the Crowded Room Podcast with Alex and Jer. It's Thursday, goddamn end of March. I don't know what day it is, honestly, but we're here.
Hell yeah.
You're here with us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
This podcast is my rock. That's how I know what day it is.
Yeah, well, we
It's
know
like,
it's
oh, it's
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
That aligns me
right.
a little bit.
It seemed like it wants to get warm out now, but it's fucking cold. I walked over here today. Goddamn.
I keep trying to go outside without a coat on.
And it's cold. And you just cut your hair, so you're not used to the
I
goddamn
know.
breeze hitting your head.
Walked into the mall. I was all warm, and on the way out, it was freezing.
Right. Oh yeah, you went
Happens every
to
time.
the same place.
Same place.
Same lady that cuts my hair. Yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about you.
Really?
Yeah.
How handsome I am and whatnot.
She's like, after the haircut, he was like, do you think I could have your number?
Yeah. Well, that's usually what fucking happens. That's the reason you sent
I
me.
know. Just the way she said it is funny.
So, can I get your number?
Can we do this again sometime?
Yeah.
A few weeks?
I like it. The best part is she doesn't like it isn't like awkward small talk with her. I hate that when you go to some random
Yeah.
hairdresser be like, so
Yeah. No, she's good. Tara at Tommy Guns.
yeah.
Hit her up.
If you guys are in Prince George, yeah.
Yeah. She gives great haircuts.
But I'm glad. I'm sure she talks about me to every client she has.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was talking to her about the podcast, and then eventually she's like, do you do a podcast with Alex? And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's who was talking to me about the
Famous.
podcast.
My name precedes me.
It's because we both mentioned our podcast.
Yeah. She told me about her friend's podcast that apparently in town here goes crazy. It's not the one that you showed me.
Oh, okay.
It's Wicked and Grim. It's this couple that does a murder mystery kind of shit.
Okay. Because we
And-
don't have enough of that.
Yeah,
on
right.
Friday.
But I mean, women just eat that shit up.
I
dude.
know. It's crazy, man. Good luck trying to murder a woman. They know all
Yeah,
the fucking
right.
tricks to not get murdered.
They're already looking out for themselves. But yeah, Wicked and Grim. I'll have to look at it one day, but it's just not that interesting to me.
Hell yeah. So, hey guys, if you're
Right.
watching, give us a what's up in the comments. Missed you guys.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Don't know who's actually watching right now.
No, well, it's going to take some time. That's why we play the music too, just to let them roll in.
Yeah, that's why we talk about our hairdresser for the first few minutes.
Jump on in, grab a seat. Welcome one and all.
Hell yeah! Tonight, we're gonna eventually talk about some interesting people from history, from throughout history.
Yeah.
that, you probably haven't heard of.
It's people themed tonight.
Yeah, but we didn't pick people like Napoleon or Hitler to sit here and
Yeah.
talk about for fucking hours.
We got our
People you already
first
heard
fucking we got our first episode pulled down off of YouTube.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing something right when they pull your episodes down.
Hell yeah.
At least someone's paying attention to us.
Right, exactly. Fucking, I'd like to get into that more. There's only 3 y'all in here though. There's only 3 people.
You want to save it? Sure.
Save it for a bit later in the news if we got some more people watching. 'Cause
Right.
Who knows? Maybe this will get taken down. I need people to hear this fucking story.
Right. Anything happened to you this week?
Fuck, I almost died. No.
You almost died?
Anything happened to me? No, just that credit hit.
Oh, right.
They're
Yeah.
trying to attack me.
Right. I went through like 3 jobs this week. It was a little silly.
Yeah.
I just keep getting sent around to different places, but it's interesting. At least it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's one nice thing about being a tradesman is you're always at a different job, unless you're
Right.
part of a crew that takes on the big jobs.
The last month or so, I was in the same place, and it's kind of nice
Oh, yeah.
because I know like when I have to leave every morning to get there just on time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And if you wake up and you're like, oh, I haven't been to this place yet, you kind of give yourself a buffer. And it sucks to wake or to get to work or fucking 10 minutes early or something when you didn't have to.
Yeah.
You just sit in your car like,
What's up, Corey?
You got
Corey's
Corey.
tuned in.
I didn't know
She's,
that's how you spelled her name. Right on.
She's on her way to Saskatchewan right now
Oh,
for her grandpa's funeral.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Might lose service, but here. Sweet. Well,
Oh,
that's
she's on
awesome.
her fucking Wi-Fi or her data.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll keep you company as long as we can, Corey.
Yeah.
Hell
But yeah, boring week, pretty slow week for news too. There's that stupid fucking Oscars scandal that everybody like. You go on social media, people are still just kind of beating a dead horse with the goddamn memes for Will Smith slapping the dude.
Have you seen the pictures? I don't know if it's photoshopped. It looked like Chris Rock had like some sort of padding right there. Did you see that?
No, there's so many conspiracies about
I
this.
know.
It's just like
this isn't supposed to be a conspiracy
Yeah.
podcast. No, not
Or
a
episode.
conspiracy episode.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a
yeah.
conspiracy podcast, though, I'd say. God damn.
and it's just like I don't care. Two rich ass billionaires fucking got in a fight. They're both still rich as shit. They both don't live in reality.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest part. It's Will Smith is just like, nobody talks fucking bad about me. I'm gonna get up and fucking slap you or something. Like you don't live in reality to begin with. You go out in public, you probably got bodyguards like following you around everywhere.
There was another angle of that scene that came out, and it is a scene. You know what I mean? It seems like a stage scene.
It seems so staged.
You can see Jada from behind, and like as Will Smith like smacks him, she just laughing her ass off, having
Dude,
a good old time.
people like clapped
Dude,
for
Will
him when he
Smith,
did it.
You look at his face when he turns around, he's like
Yeah.
trying not to laugh, like holding the smile back, and like I don't know,
It
there's just something
seemed
so
so
weird about him.
fake.
Yeah.
But it's just so tiring to hear about and stuff. Everybody and their dog had an opinion on it.
Hmm.
And social media just took a fucking break for 2 days and everyone just talked about that.
Yeah, it makes you wonder like what was going on in the meantime.
Yeah, what's that distracting from?
And that's all I can think
And
of.
the
right?
the conspiratorial thing is Pfizer supports or not supports but sponsors the Oscars.
Yeah.
And they
And
just put
biotech.
out a warning about alopecia being a side effect of the vaccine,
Oh, really?
which is alopecia is what his wife has. So that's why she's bald.
And also they're coming out with a treatment for alopecia.
Yeah. So
So-
it's like a giant commercial for this is what people are saying.
Not only that, no one watches the Oscars anymore.
No one watched it
Um,
while it was happening, other than like celebrities that think like, oh, that's my friend up there.
All I could think of was like someone was like, no one watches the Oscars anymore, and the producer was like, yeah, hold my beer. We'll
Yeah.
we'll get them to watch.
Yeah.
And you know what? The whole fucking world knows knows the Oscars were on
Right.
anyways.
You look at a chart of the numbers, and it's at an all-time low for sure. There's
Absolutely.
like 10,000 viewers. Or
No one
something.
gives a shit about that stuff anymore. And movies that really deserve the awards don't get the recognition.
Well,
a
plus
lot
we
of
haven't
times.
gotten movies because no one's going to release a giant blockbuster movie when you can't fucking let people into the theater.
Exactly.
Kind of thing, right? You're not going to get the return on your investment.
Hey, Stefan. Stefan just joined in.
Stefan, is that your friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's coming over. I said that last episode too.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
Oh, is that Dwayne's roommate? Oh,
or not roommate, but good friend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And but yeah, as you were saying, there's no movies that have really come out. Like all I said was like, who's gonna get the awards? Like everyone from Marvel.
I can't think
like
of one,
it's just Marvel movies that have been coming out. Like,
yeah. So Will Smith slaps the dude, gets a fucking applause, and then gets a fucking award later. Like in most places, they'll be like, dude, you got to go. But in this one, he got fucking presented with an award. Everyone stood up and gave him a standing ovation when he got his award.
Oh, I have two things to add to that. One, the Oscars said that they got someone to ask him to leave.
Yeah,
and he told them
no.
to fuck off.
Yeah.
And two, apparently they're trying to take away his award now. So I don't know. Oh, that shit's kind of lame.
Who cares if you take away his award? He still stood up and fucking
he still accepted it, still got it. More people know that they got it than that it got taken away.
Yeah, but anyways, it's a ploy to get you to listen or watch next year. No one really cares in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough of that. That was fucking stupid.
Yep.
That was dumb as hell.
Enough Will Smith shit. Yeah. And you got people fucking backing him up, people talking shit.
Yeah.
Too many people have an opinion on it. It's like
everybody, especially on Twitter, everybody has an opinion.
It's like when it snows for the first time in the year, and
yeah,
everybody's, hey, it's snowing. Racist. It's like, oh, Facebook's the fucking weather channel now.
Right. But anyway, should we get into this stupid news? In more news, we got fucking Hillary Clinton getting sued not only by Donald Trump, she was sued last week by Donald Trump, or a couple weeks ago.
Was that for spying on an active president?
The problem, it's not that, it's that she lied about how she spent her money, whereas there's a law where you have to be like super honest about how you're delegating your funds when you're running for president.
Oh, okay.
And she lied and said that it was money going towards legal aid, and it was money spying, like research is what they say.
Yeah.
So the Federal Election Commission has fined Hillary Clinton, her campaign, and the DNC it's $113K.
Wow.
Which is fuck all to her. She's rich as hell. Right. But I mean, to us, that would cripple our whole fucking life.
Absolutely.
It's from the Steele dossier, which is a guy named Christopher Steele, a British intelligence agent, did a dossier. And if anyone knows what the hell a dossier is, you can tell me.
Hey, can I just throw this in real quick? If you guys are watching, if you haven't yet, it'd be really cool if you shared this.
Yeah.
Alex and I don't really share it on our own.
Yeah, it's kind of pretentious to share it ourselves.
I know it feels weird sharing my own shit like that. I just share it to my friends, but
hey,
if you guys could share this,
it'd
make us look a hell of a lot cooler. Yeah. You guys liked it,
right? I don't know. I feel like an asshole sharing it myself. We should, because I mean,
well, maybe they feel like assholes sharing.
Like these guys to do it for us.
Yeah, I know. I don't expect you guys to. But right? Hey, be real nice. I know Dwayne's cool like that.
Yeah,
Cody is too. Cody's down there. He'll share it.
But anyways, this was all about the Russian collusion shit. She lied.
Okay.
She lied about how she spent her money. And then obviously she lied about the Russian collusion, which is why Trump turned around and sued her as well.
Yeah.
And this marks the first time that anyone has held her legally responsible for anything as far as her campaign. And like everyone knows crooked Hillary, she's fucking corrupt as shit, right? But nobody's actually been able to pin her down legally until now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Remember when she was in the debate with Donald Trump? She's like, we're so lucky someone like Donald Trump isn't running the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
And every
the crowd went nuts.
Every poll up until the election said Hillary was winning by a landslide kind of thing, and then just got smoked. Yeah. So that was a little embarrassing on all fronts. And Hillary just can't take a right turn, honestly.
Well, just like any corrupt politician out there, I hope she gets hers. I hope she gets it to the fullest extent that they would prosecute a whistleblower or someone.
And
like
she already
myself.
got it. She's already like convicted. She got fined $113K.
Well, fined means nothing. $113K.
It means she's guilty.
I know, but like we need some like prison time.
Fuck,
dude.
yeah.
What is a
Good luck.
fine, dude? What you said? What was it?
13K.
Dude, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Nothing compared to what she has in her bank account.
It's
right?
like when
she can make that off of one speech.
It's like when they find Visor, one of the biggest criminal fines in history, like $6 billion or something.
And
they made 36.
Actually, Visor has the most fines in history too.
I did that search again about a week ago, and that has changed now. Apparently, they dug up some other ones have been dug up. There's only like one or two that are higher than the one Visor got.
Oh, okay.
But there is actually a couple higher.
Is it Monsanto or anything like that?
No, but it's other pharmaceutical companies fucking around essentially, just the same way they did.
Well, keeping political, Biden has ordered the release of 100 million barrels of oil per day from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve for 6 months. This is an effort to fight the gas prices. Oh. So they're sitting on oil. They know they have oil underneath their
Well, Donald Trump
country.
filled the reserves.
Right, but they didn't release anything, right? So now he's ordered 100 million, or not 100 million, sorry, 1 million barrels a day to get released. And the price of oil is global. Kind of thing, right? So this should bring gas prices down. Unfortunately for Canada, we have all these fucking carbon taxes going up our ass, which is tomorrow, by the way. The carbon tax is instated tomorrow.
Dude, bad things are going to happen in this country. Everything's going to get so expensive. It's going to be crazy. Tyler, what's up? Tyler showed up, it looks like.
Thanks for coming back, Tyler.
White collar prison for rich people isn't prison. It's a country club. Yeah, but I mean, a fine is nothing. If the only punishment for something is a fine, it's
nothing, but it's a step in the right direction, because before this she was untouchable kind of thing. Like,
I know, but it's just the whole system is designed like this, so rich people can do whatever they want, and then when they do get caught, it's like, well, here's $130,000 fine, and they make millions. Yeah, it's nothing. It literally means nothing to her. It's not nothing. Even she's going to be dead in like 5-10 years. Like it means nothing to her. She still has all her money, all her power.
Biden will not lift the sanctions on Russia, but he will release 100 million, or I keep saying 1 million barrels a day, which is a fucking lot.
Hell yeah.
He wants Congress to impose financial penalties on oil and gas companies that lease public lands but are not producing. And he also wants to instigate a bunch of mineral mining to start like lithium batteries, kind of shit like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, the way Canada wants to go in the next few years, like in the next 30 years, like we need all the lithium that the world has to offer.
You need more than we have right now.
Exactly.
The cars, the electric cars are going up in price too, just because the supply and demand of lithium is low.
They're already going to start phasing shit out this year. So it's like, man, where's the affordable electric alternatives? Like you can't just like start phasing,
especially for the big industry. Like it just doesn't exist right now.
Yeah.
Even like you want to go to the solar or wind kind of shit, that it's just not there yet. No. Who knows if it will be, give it 10-20 years and hopefully it is, but right now it's just not.
So I guess the oil reserves in the United States, like the reservoir, it hadn't been filled for like 50 years or since the 50s or something like that, and Donald Trump filled the whole fucking thing,
and that's what they're pulling from.
And now they're just like, oh hey, we got all this gas, let's use it,
which helps the global price on gas, right?
Yeah,
which is something. Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's better than nothing.
So here's one. Do you know that the fucking Disney World in Florida gets to govern itself?
Like the Vatican?
Yeah, well, no. It's a bill that they brought in 67 to lure Disney World to Florida, saying that, hey, like, and it's not the only one. Florida has a lot of these. It says you and the other landowners of this county, kind of thing, govern yourself.
So they can be federally governed though.
Everything in the country is federally governed, but this means they take care of their own land use, fire protection, emergency medical services, their water, electricity, and sanitation.
Crazy.
This has been happening for the last like 50 years or whatever, right? And I didn't know that at all.
Fuck yeah.
So
that's awesome. You've
probably heard the Disney's going woke shit from this week.
Oh yeah, I heard all about that.
Yeah. So Governor DeSantis got pissed, and he's threatening to revoke this act.
Oh.
Right.
Is that why there's such a big fucking
because
kerfluffle.
Disney's pulling all mentions of like boy, girl, lady, and gentleman from anything going on. It's really odd, right?
Stefan, better get back into Afghanistan. Lots of lithium in the Ghazi province.
Right.
Sure, we'll get back in there.
Yeah, everyone just forgot about Afghanistan.
Yeah, I know.
There's
We
2/3
left
of
like
the informants that were helping us the whole time just left there to fucking deal with the Taliban. They have databases of all their names and everything.
Oh yeah, not only that, like we left, or when I say we, the United States, they left like fucking billions, like $80 billion worth of fucking
that Ukraine could
there
really use right now.
that Ukraine could use. But not only that, what did the Taliban do with it? They took it and they sold like the helicopters and shit to China and Russia.
Or they run it into the ground because they don't know how to maintain it.
Well, they don't know how to maintain it, but they're smart enough to know that they can't use a lot of this stuff, so they sell it to countries who can, like Russia, China, where they're going to get de-engineered and re-engineered,
reverse engineered.
Yeah, reverse engineered, re-engineered, and now like China and Russia will have like the same helicopter capabilities as the United States,
right? And
the United States has the best helicopters in the world.
Yeah, that's a little messed up, eh?
Yep. So that was just like a really stupid move on Biden. I know, like we're kind of beating a dead horse here because that's old news, and we're in new news right now. But yeah, it's something to be said though.
So earlier this week, South Carolina, there was a 74-year-old man rescuing a couple from a lake. That a 29-year-old and his girlfriend were out on their jet ski and fell off, and they didn't have their life jacket and like the key that hooks onto their life jacket, so their jet skis just fucking off without them. Him and his wife pull up on their pontoon boat and rescue them out of the lake. At that point, this 29-year-old Nathan Drew Morgan started like assaulting the old guy, and eventually got shot in the chest and killed. And on the lake in South Carolina earlier this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite the story.
Yeah.
So much to unpack there. Like that's just the story.
Right. Like so his girlfriend was trying to stop him from attacking them. It pushes him in the water. And on the second time, after they pull him back into the boat, he started beating the old dude again, or like coming at him aggressively. And he pulled out a gun and shot him in the fucking chest.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everyone deserves to be able to protect themselves and own a
and
weapon.
Carry a gun everywhere, right? It's not like he had a fucking shotgun. It was probably a fucking pistol.
I've had people tell me like, you don't need a gun. Yeah, well, what about that little like 5 foot tall chick that weighs like 90 pounds,
right?
That can't defend herself against some 300-pound dude.
She needs
everybody
a goddamn gun.
Should be allowed to defend themselves, especially like people who are at a disadvantage, like older men and stuff like that. So nothing wrong with that story.
Yeah, and he's not getting charged with anything. It's self-defense.
And the girlfriend,
4 years old. The girlfriend's unnamed, but his name was Nathan Drew Morgan.
But clearly she didn't fight this. Like everyone's on the same page here.
Yeah, she didn't get shot.
So I just mean like it's not like this guy's like, oh yeah, he attacked me, so I shot him, and that's just the story. And,
right? Yeah, like he lifted his axe.
Yeah, I went to save him, and then he attacked me, so I shot him.
That's all it took. Like in the 1800s to get away with murder. Oh, he raised his axe at me, so I had to shoot him in the fucking head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally, yeah. Like, oh well, I was standing my ground.
Well, she was a witch.
Yeah, I swear she started doing spells and whatnot. Bruce Willis stepping away from his acting career. Have you heard this?
Fuck, I thought he did that a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know what the last movie he did was.
I think he's been gradually doing that.
No, but now he's just he's coming down with a diagnosis of aphasia. Have you ever heard of that?
Aphasia, no.
Aphasia.
Is it related to the vaccine as well? Man,
no.
Shit, our podcast is gonna get pulled.
I know. This has nothing to do with the vaccine. It's not so much a diagnosis as a symptom.
Yeah.
That commonly comes from a stroke.
Hey, Lenny. I definitely want you to call in today. Just give us a little bit to get through the news here.
Right. We'll open the lines here in a bit, and we'll let you know.
We'll give you the signal. But hey, thanks for tuning in, dude. I'm glad you're here now.
Nice
so
to
now
hear
I can
from
tell
you,
my
Lenny.
story. Oh, and Cass is here.
Right.
Aphasia. What was it? Aphasia is a side effect of the vax as well.
Right.
Oh, it is. So all these new things just coming out of nowhere.
Primarily, this is a side effect of a stroke, though it could, sure, I'll take your word for it, could come from a side effect of a vaccine. It could come from blunt trauma to the head. It could come from infection or just dementia, but primarily stroke is what the doctors are saying.
Okay.
His family hasn't said what it is, but what happened to him. But what it is you lose your ability to communicate with other people, kind of thing. And it's kind of just
Can you still use your hands? Could you use your hands, or do you just lose your ability to speak?
It just says communicate, right? It impacts a person's ability to communicate, and it's a form of brain damage.
So yeah, I was going to say, like, does your brain not understand language anymore, or can you just not speak? So
right. Well, either way, he can't act.
Yeah, exactly. Wait.
That was before.
Talking about Bruce Willis?
Yeah,
Bruce Willis. Fuck?
Yeah, the Die Hard dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So no, that's not good. I hope there's some sort of cure. I know it's making fun of him, but I still like Bruce Willis.
Everyone of his family came out on Instagram and was like, "Oh, he can't act." Yeah, pretty much.
We know you guys have been saying it for years, but we're gonna confirm. No, he cannot act. No, just kidding.
Oh, right.
DHT also causes.
Thank you, Stefan.
Alopecia, which is the main.
That's what we were covering earlier with Jada Pinkett Smith.
The male hormone that has contributed to hair loss. Jada definitely wearing the pants in that situation.
Yeah, it's stupid. Will's laughing, and then fucking the next second he's pissed. Like,
yeah, dude.
He's been the butt of every joke for the last year or more, and just now he's like, "Oh, fuck that! You don't fucking a comedian on stage talking shit about me. Fuck that!
How dare they?"
Yeah.
Well,
that was the dumbest of the whole week, but fuck them.
I think there's enough people in here. I can tell the story now.
We got six for 6 likes.
Yeah, Lenny's in here. I didn't want him to miss this.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. So I did that episode, or we did that episode on BlackRock. Excuse me. And I didn't think I said anything about. I don't remember saying anything about vaccines or COVID or anything that night. But, I really did my homework on BlackRock, told you guys all about it that night. And just the other day, over the weekend, the video got taken down for medical misinformation. And at the exact same time, 2 different banks reactivated 3 different loans, or not loans, 3 different debts. And
credit hits.
And now my credit has tanked and I'm $25,000 in debt. Like past debt that's been taken care of is, and
it's not like you had like overdue credit card problems. No. It was just a bankruptcy through taxes.
Yeah, and so like basically like just all at the same time. Video got taken down,
right?
And I my credit went down by over 100 points. And when I looked at my credit report, which I do all the time, all 3 of those debts were on there. So I called the banks. I called CIBC.
And this all happened at the same time.
Exact same time.
Right when they pulled that video down. Yeah.
Exact same time. Like within an hour of each other. So
they don't watch us live, but they are watching us.
Yeah. And then so as far as the banks go on their end, I called. I was on hold and like transferred over and over and over again. Finally got to someone that could help me. And they're like, "Oh, it looks like there was just a glitch in our system." And yeah, I'll just send an error report in, and this will get fixed up. Just check back in a month.
Wow, yeah,
sounds very assuring. And so yeah, 2 different banks had the same glitch happen on 3 different debts.
That's shitty.
So even if you take the
conspiracy,
even if you take the removal of the episode out of there, like even that on its own is fucked up.
So we don't do conspiracies anymore. Sorry, guys.
So no. What I wanted to say is, fuck you, BlackRock.
We do double conspiracy.
Suck a dick. We're doubling down. Next week we're gonna have to do BlackRock episode 2, I guess.
Yeah.
All that information's gone now. We never saved the episode. It was just on our page. So like it's all gone now. And I don't even know what we said wrong. If it was medical misinformation. But anyways.
What fucking medical talk did we even have that episode? I don't remember.
If you look up BlackRock and try to look up bad things about them on YouTube, there's only like 2 videos on there. Like they must all get taken down. I could only find, I think, 2. And one of them was like an hour-long documentary. All the other videos are about like how fun it is to work there and like videos for people who like plan on working there. They're all positive things.
They must own YouTube.
They do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah. But yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But there's news for you. Yeah.
There's some news for you. Crazy
so now
story.
you gotta like fucking go tell them like, hey, like for me, for my anything, all and they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll just take this away. But for you, it's like that shouldn't be there.
Scotiabank said like check back in a week. CIBC is like, yeah, this takes 30 to 40 days, so check back in like a month. I was like, can you guys call me when it's taken care of? No, just check back. Like, oh no. So yeah, my credit went down by over 100 points. Just got smoked.
Right.
And
instantly.
Yeah. And I'm $25,000 in debt technically at the moment.
Even though no one's trying to fucking get the money off you.
No, it's in collections now. It got put into collections.
That's fucked up. So
dude, that's why my credit took such a hit, because all those debts went into collections somehow.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's greasy.
Fuck you, BlackRock. Fuck you, YouTube.
I got a letter a while ago that was like, you owe us $1,200 kind of thing. And I was like, go get fucked, I owe you shit. And I just
trying to say that?
I just ignored it and it went away.
They never sent me another one.
Well, I called them and it sounded cheesy. They're like, oh, you have to send this fucking statement to our email, and their email was cheesy. And I even went and talked to like the insurance guys about it, and they're like, well, I'm Googling their company and it's not coming up. Kind of, this is real greasy. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, oh, well, I ignored it. And a year later, nothing else has came. So go fuck yourselves. But who knows? I'm probably going to get a collections call in the future for $1,200. But yeah, through that identity stuff, there were so many little things like that. You're like, no, I'm not going to pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not paying you shit all. And there's so many angry calls to customer service, like, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing shit. You just take this goddamn charge off of here. Elena Schritt.
Who's that?
A lady I went to school in Burns Lake with. Actually, It's really nice to hear from you, Elena. I've been training with Darren, your brother, at Kai 10 lately.
What's up, Elena?
Yeah.
Sounds like a social credit system. You're absolutely right. And Dan's in here. What's up, Dan? Fucking.
All right. Well, one more piece of news. 80 car pileup in Pennsylvania. You guys might have seen this on your social media feeds lately. 80 car pileup claiming 6 lives. It was fucking 3 tractor trailers caught on fire with 39 commercial vehicles and 41 passenger cars involved.
That's fucked.
It's super fucked, and we'll show you the video here. I guess all we can really do is hold a phone up to the goddamn camera right now. Right?
That's okay though. Look at this.
So it doesn't usually get this snowy in Pennsylvania, I guess, but it was fog and snow mixed together. And dude, it's just insane. Look at that dude almost got smoked.
I think he did.
It's gone.
Shit.
Yeah, and then you look off to the left here, and there's a fire going on. Fucking buddy just plowing through. I guess you can't see the pileup coming up to it.
My car.
My car.
Fuck these.
Holy.
Fuck the hundreds of other cars.
Fire. Oh my God.
Right?
Wow.
So far, 6 people have been claimed to be dead.
Man.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
It's on a high.
It's a highway in Pennsylvania. Yeah. They're just not used to this shit.
Truckers, oh my God, those fires is crazy over there. I'm not getting people if they're hurt.
Giant semis catching on fire.
Oh my God,
yeah.
that fire.
Damn.
Unfortunate. But
you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here. No. Yeah, we I don't know. But yeah, that sucks ass. We don't see that stuff around here, right? Is it because we're used to those kind of conditions? I don't know.
It happens from time to time, but not quite like that.
Like, do they put winter tires on in Pennsylvania?
I don't know, man.
Right? Those guys were fucking flying through there.
Yeah, dude.
That was like fucking looks like curling rocks smacking into each other. Those cars, dude.
Yeah, man. That's fucked up. I
That
don't
was
know.
way fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh.
like it.
Oh shit, Andrew's
What?
here.
Andrew's here
Our
late.
moderator.
Oh, he's already our moderator.
Yeah, I don't have to make him that again. He still is. He's got the
Okay.
little wrench beside his name, highlighted all blue.
Right
And
on.
that's right, Andrew. Haircut and a shave. Had to get ready for the podcast. Shay thinks I look like a lesbian.
Yeah, you got the Ellen DeGeneres hair.
Yeah. Like a dyke in a hardware store.
Yeah, I don't do my hair. I cut it. I should.
I just go.
Yeah, I look like an idiot too. Don't worry.
Okay, sweet.
We could rename it the Two Idiot Podcast.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, that's news for this week. It's unfortunate, you know.
Jeez, that was a lot of news.
That was a lot of news. Yeah.
Dang. And now everybody's finally tuned in. All our regulars.
Yeah. Now they're informed as well. You're welcome, everyone.
Now you're informed. And if you missed out, you're uninformed.
Okay, so are we moving on here?
No, sure. Let's move on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we try to theme every episode, and last week was the conspiracy episode. Yeah, last week was our tinfoil hat.
I forgot to put the tinfoil hat on while I told you about
right,
what happened to
and
me.
you might want to save that for this next one I got here because
I was actually gonna say if we had these, maybe the episode wouldn't have got taken down. It would have protected.
Well,
us.
that's just it.
It
We didn't
protects
wear
us
those
from
on the BlackRock
surveillance
episode.
and
Didn't have tinfoil
No.
hats.
No,
Yeah.
that was the problem.
Okay,
That was the problem. You guys, these things are useful.
they're useful. You might not want to put that away too fast.
Oh.
So our first prominent person for this week's episode is going to be DB Cooper. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. If not, you've heard of it.
I know the name.
Like, or not you don't know him, but you know of him.
I'm sure I've heard like the story. I feel like I know the name so well, but I draw a
Right.
blank.
So your parents know of him. This was in 1971.
Does this have to do with the CIA?
It gets there, yeah. So you
Okay,
can keep
then,
that hat on, yeah.
Okay.
So DB Cooper is a given name by the media. It wasn't like nobody knows who the fuck this guy is, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
It's just a guy, yeah.
DB Coop. Shay knows what's up.
Oh, thank you, Shay, and everyone else. And if you guys have like a story or something you want to tell, then we're gonna drop the Skype thing. Or do they already have the
The
Skype?
Skype thing's in the description right now.
Right. Don't call just yet.
Don't call yet. We'll open up the
We're
lines
gonna
pretty
open
quick
up the
here.
lines, but in between stuff.
And in the meantime, once again,
what?
if one of y'all makes me
Yeah.
laugh, I'll take a drink.
Jared has to do
So,
10 shots.
I'll do a drink every time someone makes me laugh in the comments. So
Right.
Get it.
There we go. Lenny knows this guy. Yeah. So just a regular commercial flight from Portland to Seattle, a guy who's described as 5'10", 170 pounds and dressed well, hands a note to the stewardess that says he has a bomb. And he wants a fat sack of cash and 4 fucking parachutes once the plane lands. And he wants the plane refueled instantly. So at the time, yeah.
That sounds like a lot to ask. You bring the money to me.
Or I'm going to detonate this bomb that I have somewhere in my carry-on luggage or something.
Jesus.
Right. So he asked for 200 grand, which through inflation right now is just over $1 million. Basically, it's not even that much.
No, it's not.
200 grand in a knapsack, 2 back parachutes, 2 front parachutes. When they land, he wants it refueled or else he'll detonate. They go through with it. The people on the ground in Seattle get the bills together, kind of thing, unmarked or whatever he asked for, but they still know like the serial numbers of the bills they give him.
Yeah, so they can trace all that shit.
Right. So when he lands, he gets everything that he asked for, and he tells the crew to stay on board. We're going to Mexico.
Oh.
Right. And they say, well, we can't get straight to Mexico even with a full tank of gas. So he agrees that, well, okay, we're going to go to Nevada, refuel, and then we'll go to Mexico.
Okay. Sketchy.
He also tells them that they can only fly at 10,000 feet at the lowest possible speed. And he keeps the crew and the stewardesses mainly up in the cockpit.
What was the reason for that?
We'll get there. But
Okay.
basically, they don't even get out of Washington when an alarm goes off saying that he opened the back door to the plane. And when they land in Nevada, he's not there. So he clearly jumped out.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so the reason for that is he would die if they went at full speed and higher than 10,000 feet.
Oh, okay.
right? It was nighttime and it was raining. So a lot of people suggest that you can't survive jumping out of a plane like that. And this was 1971, right? I'm sure shit like technology wasn't that great for parachutes.
So there's probably a lot of people looking for his body, looking for the money.
That's just it, because he had the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So here's a burp just for you guys. I like that little mute button though. It's too bad you don't have a mute button.
I do. It's just over there.
Yeah.
You had it down pretty good last time.
Yeah. Okay. So once they land, he's not on board. They find nothing. The largest search ever conducted by police at that time was conducted.
Wow.
They find absolutely nothing. There's people left and right came out saying, I'm DB Cooper, and like people on their deathbed to their wives and shit were like, oh, it was me. But
more than one person though.
Lots of people came out saying this. Lots of people under investigation, and he left a tie behind in the plane which had some DNA on it, so they got to like try to match these people's DNA. Nothing comes up.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And yeah, this is definitely
Hey,
this is definitely where the goddamn tinfoil hats are supposed to go on.
If I found a dead body with $200,000 cash on it, I mean, I might not have found anything.
Or said anything.
Yeah.
You mean, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't find anything.
Nothing here. Yeah. Right. So jump to 1980. A boy on a riverbank in the Columbia River in Washington finds $5,800 just laying on the riverbank with the serial numbers that match the money that they give him.
Okay.
So some people say he left it there as a decoy or something, or some people say that that's like he died and that's just what's left over.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff getting scattered.
Pretty possible.
Right, but that was the closest anyone got to the story, and that was in 1980. Right. So anyways, pieces of his parachute have recently came up in Washington.
It's like Noah's Ark.
Right. This is where the tinfoil hats come in, because a pilot claims to have heard through the grapevine from other people that helped him, and he told the police where to go look for these pieces of parachute, and they found it.
Okay.
Right. So there's a little bit of like corroboration to the story. He said that 3 accomplices waited for him on the ground and took off in a small little plane to the Bahamas. Right. And he still doesn't know who the guy is. But
Shay says the FBI say they found bills.
Yeah. The FBI say they found tattered little bills that connect to it around Washington area, around where this guy told him to go look. Right.
Yeah.
So that was 2011 or so, and that's the closest they got since 1980.
Wow.
So
like, what's the status of it now?
Well, that's where we're putting the hats on, because this is where it goes into conspiracy kind of thing. The informant that told him all this claims that his real name is Robert Rackstraw, a Vietnam veteran, former paratrooper and explosives expert, as well as a pilot from classified kind of Vietnam, whatever you want to call them, troops.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, as well as he's believed to be an ex-CIA agent.
Wow. So, that makes sense. I've always heard something about.
Well, you got to know a thing or two about jumping a fucking plane if you're going to do all this stuff, right?
Well, yeah, you have to have some sort of experience.
Yeah.
How do you just do that? You're on a plane and you just come up with this whole plan.
Right. And there was one instructor, parachuting instructor, that like was into crime, that the second this happened, he went to the cops and was like, oh, it could be this, or it could be him or her. And nothing came through, because like I said, they have the DNA to match to people.
Mm-hmm. So was a bomb ever found? He never had a bomb.
No, it was a lie.
Yeah.
The bomb was a lie, and it worked.
Yeah.
But anyways, Rackstraw was a person of interest in the case throughout. This was in 1971. He was taken out of the investigation in 1979. And people think that they took him out because he has information on the CIA kind of, and they're just like, okay, you keep your money, we're gonna keep our secrets kind of thing.
Yeah,
is what a lot of people are saying, because there's no reason that he got dropped from investigation. or anything like that. They just stopped. But I mean, after 8 years, who the fuck knows?
Absolutely, man.
Right.
That's a crazy story. No wonder I've heard the name before.
Right.
Like,
this was huge back in the day.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So anyways, there was 6 coded letters sent to the newspapers over the years. And the first 4 were declassified, just sent out on like published in the newspaper. But the last 2, the CIA kept classified. They wouldn't show anyone. And this investigative journalist kind of sued for it through the Freedom of Information Act and was given the letters.
Yeah.
And this is super conspiracy oriented because he claims both letters contain coded messages pointing directly at Robert Rackstraw. The journalist Rick Sherwood, the journalist brought in a guy named Rick Sherwood. He is an army man who Rackstraw had served under in 2 classified units to help decode letters. Sherwood saw similarities instantly between Rackstraw's writing and the letters, and the 5th letter had a series of seemingly random letters and numbers that Sherwood found corresponded to 3 specialized army units that Rackstraw was the only soldier ever to have served in all 3 of those units.
Jeez. Yeah.
So, and you can't say like who the fuck sent those letters in, right? It could just be some guy with a lot of time on his hands. So you can't like convict some guy about this.
For sure. But what you can do is wear these fucking
hats. That's where the hats come in. We love our hats.
Get yourself a tinfoil hat if talking about this stuff.
Okay. So the 6th letter is super vague in coding, but this guy basically masturbates himself into saying that he decoded it, and it literally says I'm Robert Rackstraw on the letters. Once you like decode it, kind of shit. Yeah.
Or it's a coincidence.
But yeah, you can't verify these letters because anyone in the world could have written them.
Yeah.
Right. And so the police have questioned this guy, Robert Rackstraw, and he has neither confirmed nor denied his involvement in it. Right.
Oh, speaking of confirming and denying, the Biden family admitted to that laptop.
The Biden family admitted to the laptop?
They admitted that. Did they not admit that it's their laptop?
Oh, there's no 2 ways about it. He's the one who left it at the.
Oh yeah. But now it's not just that it's been confirmed. They've admitted to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Right.
Is there an admission of guilt
to the contents of the laptop? Right, that's the big thing.
Oh, that's right. Maybe not. Yep. But all right.
Yeah. They're also saying that it's missing. The FBI is like, it got brought in front of a court. And one buddy has like the hard drive, but they're saying the laptop itself is missing. And these are the same people that said that Russia was colluding on fucking all these things. They're just gonna lie. They're gonna lie the rest of their life away. But this is how our podcast gets pulled down.
Alrighty then.
Hey.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was a good one for the tinfoil hat club, though.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And you guys want to play along, you just wrap a bunch of tinfoil around your head and call her a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next person on the list for crazy people to talk about or weird people throughout history, Xing Si, I believe is how you say her name. I thought Rudy Giuliani had the laptop. Does he? No.
There's another guy. I forget his name, but it's not Rudy Giuliani persecuting him.
I want to say like Bloomberg. No.
Bloomberg?
No, it's not that. It starts with a B. It's something funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shang-Chi, one of the greatest pirates that ever lived. And she started off as a prostitute. She was just hooking. Yeah. And this like pirate lord came in and was like, "Oh, you're really smart." She was known for being like really smart and business savvy and like persuasive.
Yeah.
And so this pirate lord came in and he's like, "You know what? I like you. You want to marry me?" And she was like, "If you give me half the loot, I'll marry you." And
what year is this?
I don't have the exact year, but I'm assuming this is like, like 1800s, like
Okay, when
1700s.
piracy was cool.
Yeah, long ass time ago. And so this this pirate lord like marries this hooker, and they become a fucking team, 50-50. And they adopt this kid, and like officially adopt the kid, so it's like their kid. And they go out in a life of piracy, and they got like 400 ships together and like 70,000 men. Like they actually like went around and started recruiting all these little pirate gangs and bringing them all together into
400 ships.
Yeah,
that's a full-on armada.
And 70,000,
especially
men.
back then. That's insane. Yeah,
it was insane. They ruled the southern Chinese Sea, I think it was, or the southern China Sea, something like that. Yeah, or the south part of the China Sea. I don't know.
Didn't know there was a China Sea.
Yeah, maybe it's just the sea by China. I don't know, but the south.
China's largely landlocked, other than the
yeah. So they must have a sea there, though. There must be a landlocked sea then. But
yeah,
regardless,
I'll believe it.
She fucking ran the show there, and so what happened is like 7 years after they got together, her husband died. So she became what she did was she married her fucking adopted son because he was the rightful heir, and she didn't want him to like take her out. So she married him so that he would stay loyal. And so she essentially like ran the show. And eventually they got up to 1,500 ships.
I bet women's rights weren't fucking booming back then.
No, they weren't, man. But talk about a female role model. And so she went on to taxing villages. Even like they took over camps, like they raided camps, they raided ships, they raided villages. They were taxing and putting levies on villages,
right? And
eventually the Chinese government like sent ships after them. But they were such a big fleet, like so many fleets and such a big unit that like they took out all the Chinese government ships to the point where the Chinese government was sending fishing ships after them just so they could continue the fight. All while on the other side of their fucking fleet, they were fighting other pirates and like bounty hunters and shit like that. So like they were kicking ass. And like, it's
like, so glorified to be a pirate back then, but I bet it was just shit. Like I bet life was so dirty.
Yeah.
And you just got fucking STDs left and right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fucking scurvy and shit.
Your best meal was like an apple.
No, your best meal wasn't an apple because like they got scurvy. They didn't have that shit.
Oh, right.
No vitamin C.
Well, there's no vitamin C in an apple.
Oh, I bet you there's some.
Maybe.
But anyways,
I'll believe it. That's the whole point of this podcast. We just believe what people say.
Guys, just believe it.
I'll take your fucking word for it, bro.
Yeah. We so we've all seen Pirates of the Caribbean, stuff like that. You've heard of
and it's so glorified. And they're so clean.
Yeah. You know how they have like a pirate code?
Yeah.
Yeah, this chick invented that.
It's more of a guideline.
Yeah, well, she invented the pirate code and they took it seriously back then.
Right.
Like fucking it was a big thing because like she was the fucking king shit pirate, the king shit group.
Wow.
And like so they made a pirate code and everybody started following it to, I won't say this day because pirates are a different breed. Now they come from Somalia.
Now they rocket sit launchers. In their mom's basement.
They're in like rowboats with rocket launchers. Yeah. But yeah, so she created that. Eventually she was granted amnesty. They gave her the Chinese government offered her a deal of amnesty if she just stopped pirating. They were
amnesty.
They were allowed to keep all their loot, and like damn near every single pirate that was under her got to go free. All they had to do was stop being a fucking pirate. So they did. They did. They stopped being pirates. And
Lenny says that's why they call English sailors limeys. They had limes at sea to prevent scurvy. Okay. I've heard that term limey, but I didn't know that.
Where did they get limes from? Can you grow limes over there? They must have stolen them from another country.
I don't think much grows in England. Anyways,
hey boys,
he's still on. We're gonna do another conspiracy episode. We'll bring that one in.
We
gotta write that down somewhere.
Bob. We're trying to get a little less conspiracy on this episode.
I'm gonna write that down just for you, Bob. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. That was probably like the best case of women's what do we call it? rule in that
Yeah.
time of the world.
Well, dude, and that wasn't even it. She went on to like she kind of had a normal life after that. She kind of settled down, did whatever, but she kept like 120 ships to like run the salt trade still and kept a business going.
Right.
And then when China went into the Opium War, which I don't know what year that is, but that'll kind of set a date for when all this is going on. When the Chinese went into an Opium War, she was actually brought in to be a senior advisor and whatnot by the government. So
and meanwhile, like the rest of the world, women have no rights, kind of thing. They're property half of the fucking time.
Yeah. Well, and she started just like them. She was a prostitute. She just happened to be a little more better with her mouth
and a sword
in more than one way.
She stabbed a couple dudes, I bet.
Maybe, yeah. I bet you in her day she stabbed a dude or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Bob. I'm sorry you're waiting all week for Gematria.
What? Are you kidding me? We don't do conspiracy episodes every week. Sorry,
yeah.
Bob. Yeah, I guess you just came in for the first time last week.
Yeah, we'll do another conspiracy one, but
right.
we just wanted to.
So if you guys are
get
just
away from that for an episode,
tuning into us for the first time, last week we did our tinfoil hat episode, and we do want to do that more often, but we don't want to be branded the goddamn conspiracy guys that everyone rolls their eyes at because we look like idiots with our tinfoil hat.
Bob
that was
says
a
he's
gimmick.
just messing with us.
Okay,
but
hopefully.
Yeah, you know what? I do want to be known as a conspiracy guys.
This episode we're trying to just focus on historical kind of figures or just amazing facts on people.
Hell yeah.
Which
and
brings
so far
us,
we've covered two pretty
and your Shing thing's done?
My Shing thing is done, Alex.
Shingy
yes.
thing. So this guy is a dude that actually exists right now in Russia.
Oh.
28-year-old Artyom Sidorkin
what has he done? Or what has he done? What's he all about?
I don't know what he does for a living, but he was complaining of coughing up blood, and he went to the emergency room to suspecting he had lung cancer kind of thing. Like usually that's what happens. You cough up a bunch of blood.
Yeah.
Doctors take an x-ray and find a mass in his chest. And they say, okay, well, we need to do a biopsy. They go in, and in the biopsy, they pull out what looks like a bunch of green needles. And they're just like, yeah, the doctor said he thought he was hallucinating. He had to call his assistant in to make sure she saw it as well. And
what year is this?
This was like 3 years ago, I think.
Oh,
I forget exactly, but the dude's alive today. Anyways,
Jesus.
Yeah, so they thought it was a tumor. They pull out green needles. They continue to remove allegedly an entire branch of a fir tree from Buddy's fucking lungs.
What?
Yeah.
And this is in a medical journal?
This is in goddamn Google. But apparently it can be verified and everything. But
okay, so it must be in a medical journal somewhere then.
Right? So doctors wouldn't normally think that a goddamn tree can grow in your lungs. But apparently Buddy inhaled, I don't want to say a seed, but it must have been like a bud or a little tiny growing tree, which took root in his lungs. And
now all he can say is, I am Groot.
I am Groot. And there's this nasty picture right there of a 5-centimeter branch of try to focus, but a 5-centimeter branch of a fir tree that grew inside his lungs.
The fuck?
I know. 28-year-old Russian dude that was coughing up blood.
And it was random. It wasn't from an experiment.
A Russian experiment? No.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't Russia, I wouldn't have asked.
Yeah. No. So he just like inhaled a tiny little bud that got lodged in his lungs, and apparently you can germinate fucking shit in the dank fucking dark place of your lungs. Yeah. Right.
Shit. So it grew in there and it started growing
and it kept growing, and then the needles kept poking his fucking capillaries and bleeding, coughing, blood.
Did they get it out for good? Or
yeah.
Did it keep growing?
Yeah, that's what a biopsy is. It takes stuff out of you.
I thought the biopsy was the camera. Isn't that when they just fucking stick the camera in? And
well, I couldn't tell you.
A colonoscopy is when they stick the camera up your butt, and a biopsy, I thought that's when they go in this. I don't know.
The oscopy, I think, is the camera one.
Okay.
But yeah, 5-centimeter little goddamn tree grew in his lungs. You imagine like what the hell do you have in you? Like
I wouldn't want that.
no, right? And I definitely think it'd be so uncomfortable. Like imagine every time you exhale it, you just get like poked inside your lungs.
What if it was a maple tree and your breath always smelled like maple
Syrup?
syrup?
Yeah, it was the dumbest thing ever.
It
would have to be a giant fucking tree.
Can
Yeah.
smell my breath.
Oh, you got pancakes? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Artem Sidorkin of Russia.
A biopsy is a tissue sample.
Right. The biopsy is what they found the
Sample
needles
taken
with.
a long needle. I've had one done. Lol.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, that was a quick and dirty one. Go ahead for your next one.
My next one. Oh, wow.
Do we get through it? Oh, damn. We missed a couple here. We're going to do the Terrare.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Let's do try.
This guy Terrare. So go ahead. Flying off
us
the
off.
seat of your pants here.
Yeah. If you guys don't know Terrar, he's actually in medical journals from
Right.
like
I thought it was pronounced Terrare.
from like the 1700s. I'm not sure exactly how. I always said Terrar, but
Right.
oh yeah, and I think it is Terrar because they think his name. They think he's named after like the French word for like terror or something like that because like or tremor because of like how bad his farts were or something like that.
Right. But this was a French soldier in the 1700s.
Yeah, and before he was that though, he was like just this weird dude. Like think of like Lurch from Addams Family.
Right.
Like no lips, like really thin lips, really wide mouth. Like when his mouth was closed, it looked like a line across his mouth. And then when he opened it, like they said that you could see down into his stomach.
Right. It's too bad there weren't that many pictures back then. Like, I don't think there was anything other than painting.
It was in like the 1800s, yeah. And they said that like he could swallow apples whole. And like
right. And he did it as like party tricks or something to
well,
make
he was
money.
in a circus at one point.
Like, yeah, he was a side attraction.
Yeah, and he would eat things like rocks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he'd put his skin was like really stretchy, so he could put like 12 eggs in his mouth. Like and without breaking them. That was like his real trick, I guess. But yeah, eventually he did end up in the military. And,
right. And they tried to get him to smuggle a note into German lines or something.
Well, yeah, but the only reason they did that was because like he was always fucking hungry. So they started eventually one scientist took notice and started doing tests on him. So like they're like, okay, well, let's make a meal for 18 people. They made a meal for 18 people and he ate the whole fucking thing. The whole thing. And he wasn't like a big guy. He ate the whole thing. And they said like you could see his stomach bulging out of his skin. And then he like just let out a big burp and went to sleep for like fucking 12 hours. Like fucking, it was like the first time he had like eaten enough to be actually full his whole life. Like this is a guy that got kicked out of his house because he ate too much and like lived on the street eating whatever he could, animals, live rats, like anything, man. And eventually was in the circus. Like that's how he made a little money and whatever, just using his talents, if you can call them that, to make money. But he was always hungry. So once he got to the military and they did that, that was the first time he ever got full. And
right.
So they did other tests as well. They gave him a live cat when he was hungry and he just like ripped into its belly with his teeth.
Right. They gave him an eel.
Yeah, an eel, all sorts of things.
Full eel, and he crushed the skull and he swallowed the eel whole.
Yeah, he'd bite a rat's head off, squirt the blood and guts into his mouth, just eat the whole thing. Like he was a sick fuck, but he's just hungry.
Right.
All the time.
And then eventually they wanted him to swallow a note to take past German lines to a prisoner or something. And he got fucking caught.
And why did he get caught?
Why did he get caught? I forget that one.
Because when they fucking encountered him, the fucking idiot spoke French by accident.
Oh, right. Because he wasn't an actual spy.
And he wasn't smart either.
They just knew he could swallow a note.
Yeah. So they tortured him, which obviously included like not feeding him as well. And little did they know that was like the main torture for him. So within 24 hours, he fucking confessed. So like they waited, they chained him to a fucking toilet and waited for this fucking box to come out. And when they read the fucking message, all it said was, "Hey, did you get this message?" Like it was nothing. It wasn't like important
It was a
information. It was a
trial.
test. Yeah. And he failed horribly. So
right.
Excuse me.
So then they released him.
So they beat the shit out of him and released him. Yeah. Beat the living fuck out of him. Sent him back. And
this wasn't even Germany. Back then it was Prussia, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. And yeah, so when he got sent back, essentially they just kept doing tests on him. And
right.
And then then there was that fateful day where a newborn baby went missing.
Right.
And,
they were testing him in the hospital, and then all of a sudden a baby goes missing. And no one knows, but they think that he fucking ate the baby.
Yeah, they
right.
they kicked him out of there after that. Everyone that trusted him was like, "Oh, we're sorry, man. Like, you can't be here anymore. You got to go."
And then so now he's back to being homeless on the street, kind of thing.
And they never saw him again until he died. Like, he came back into that same doctor, saying he had a stomach ache. I think he ate like a big rock or something stupid. He ate something that like actually hurt him, and he eventually died of it. And that's when they did like the autopsy. They looked down his throat. They said you could, if you shine a flashlight down his throat, you can see the inside of his stomach. Like,
right.
That's fucked up. Like, and while he was alive, they said that like this is in a medical journal. They said his stench couldn't be withstood within 30 paces or something like that.
But it's also through the years they probably embellished a bit, but I believe it.
I think medical journals were less embellished though. That was more like they took that shit seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know. But regardless, what a fucking story. Like we don't have any like concrete, like firsthand evidence aside from what was written in the medical journal. But how cool would that be to see this crazy fucker?
It could have been just some dude drinking the medical alcohol, fucking writing in the journal. Ooh.
Someone on acid just, I swear this guy did this.
Well, imagine the hoops he had to jump through to become a doctor back then. Like, it probably wasn't that stringent.
Oh, they were prescribing heroin and coke for all like headaches and stuff like that. So
yeah, that one's a little messed up though.
Terrar though, it's
Terrar,
a cool story.
I swear I thought it was Terrare, but that doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, you want to go into Nellie Bly?
Sure, I can do that. The pioneer of underground journalism or undercover journalism. Does anybody watching know who Nellie Bly is? If you do, say something. But she was the first of her kind, in a sense. She was just like this. I've
never heard of her. No.
Yeah, she was this woman that was really sick of like gender norms and whatnot. She wanted to be a reporter. And eventually she actually got a job as one. This is in the 1930s, by the way. She eventually got a job as a reporter.
Where's she from?
I don't know that.
Okay.
And this is in the 1900s. This is 1887, actually. She got American journalist exposed. Hey, Bob McGee knows what's up. Nice one, Bob. But yeah, so she got a job as a journalist. They had her reporting on like housewife stuff, and she found that really boring, so she wanted to do something special. Eventually got a job in New York, where they put her on this task to be an undercover journalist and go into this Blackwell insane asylum, like undercover as a crazy person.
Okay.
And it wasn't easy to get her in there. Like she had to like go to a women's shelter and act crazy for a few days before she even got admitted. She came at one girl with a knife, like in the middle of the night, went after a woman with a knife and did some sketchy shit, just to get in there, and got admitted. And when they admitted her, they said she was like definitely crazy, like without a doubt. So she gets into this fucking insane asylum with no way out. Like never planned like a way to get her out of there. So she gets in, and
as like an experiment kind of thing.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, Bob told us she's American.
Yeah,
so, yeah. There we go.
Sorry, yeah, I knew she was American. I didn't know what part of America. I should have said that.
Oh, okay.
So she gets in, and right away she notices like there's people in here that probably shouldn't be in here. Like one woman just had like a fever, and she was freaking out about her fever, and like rightfully so, like she was in pain and stuff. So like there was another woman who was just German, and didn't really speak English.
Yeah.
And no one could understand her. So she's in this insane asylum and can't get out. And this poor German woman, right? So she starts to see things like that. And one day she decides, like, fuck it. Like, I'm not even going to act crazy anymore. And so she starts acting normal. And they started treating her like she was even crazier.
Right.
Like, the more normal she acted, the crazier they treated her, or the crazier they made her feel. And she had to go through things like they would put her through ice baths. She had to sleep in the cold.
Just to shake the crazy off.
Yeah, mental and physical abuse from nurses, isolation, and at the same time, like, constantly afraid of, like, she was like afraid that, like, the place was going to burn down, because, like, every single door was locked individually, and there's no way to open all the doors at once, and all the windows are barred. So, like, if there was a fire, like, most people would get taken out with it. So, like, she was really afraid of that. It sounds like she was in there for a long time, but really it was actually only 10 days. But I'm sure that felt like forever, though. And
so it was 10 days. And how did she break out? Or like other people know that she just went in there as an experiment? No,
she was undercover. So, like, actually what happened was another reporter came in at one time that knew her and recognized her.
so she told nobody.
I guess so.
Well,
yeah.
that's fucked up.
Only the people that gave her the assignment knew.
Right.
And so
Whoa,
so
wow.
this reporter,
born 1864,
this reporter that she knew showed up one day to visit someone or talk about something. Anyways, he sees her there and is like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Like, how'd you get in here?" So in his mind, he's like, "Oh, I need to do a story on how this chick lost her mind and went crazy." You know? She's like, she had to beg him, like, "Please, no, like, I'm undercover, and, like, this is how it is." Luckily, the guy believed her, so he didn't write that story. Instead, like, I think he talked to the people responsible for getting her out of there, and then she got out of there shortly after that. So yeah,
there's these weird sympathetic kind of conditions that you get conditioned to go crazy if you hang around crazy people too much. There's
yeah, dude.
Especially if you're like a weaker personality and you hang around real strong personalities,
yeah,
you can get conditioned to think that you're crazy if you're just around it all the time.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things she said. She said, aside from torture, what would drive a person to go crazy faster than this place? She says, they sit you on a straight backed bench from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. You're not allowed to talk. You're beaten. They feed you shit food. You're cold all the time. And, like, you know, like, if you want to say something, they're like, "Nope, shut the fuck up." Yeah. She's like, nothing would drive a person faster aside from actual torture. So when she came out and said all these things, it changed a lot of stuff. So, like, some of the people that were in that asylum when she was there, they got interviewed later on, and they were like, people asked them, like, "How's things going here?" And they're like, "Oh, ever since that lady left, I've been, like, things have been great. Like, I get new clothes all the time. The food's better.
Right.
Fucking everything changed once she dropped that story, like, a few days later after she left." And yeah, she actually, like, changed the world as far as, like, the way people with mental health issues got treated and whatnot.
Right.
Because no one was allowed in this place. That's why they wanted to do it like that. That's why they.
So they kind of just got to run the house however they wanted before that. Yeah.
And it was on an island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they send all these crazy people to this fucking island, and then they're isolated.
Right.
And the people there treat them like shit. So. So yeah, but there's more to her story than even that. After she finished that, a quick little bit of trivia. She was actually pretty famous. She was like a celebrity. So at one point, like, she challenged another reporter to a race around the world, because at that time, going around the world, the fastest anyone who had ever done it was in like 80 days or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So her and this male reporter, they went around the world in opposite directions to see who would win. And they actually met up in France. And if you think about it, that's fucking crazy. Like, no way of, like, getting a hold of each other, and you meet up in France. Like, that's fucking nuts. So they actually
they went around on boats or something?
Well, I'm sure a lot of it was on land too, but
hot air balloons.
No, I don't think it was with balloons. I think boat and land, but somehow they crossed paths in France. So
okay,
I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, That was
because this all must have been around like 1900.
early 1900s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she actually traveled the world in 72 days. She beat the record.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was awarded.
And if you think about it, a woman traveling the world by herself back then was like crazy. So like this
and
was
dangerous.
a big deal.
Dangerous as
that's
hell.
what I mean. Yeah. So this is a really big deal, right? So.
And she is awarded to the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1998, which was a fucking 60 fucking some odd years after she died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lonesome Lenny says there's a book and a movie around the world in 80 days.
See, I heard that. That's when you said 80 days, that rang a bell. Yeah. That's why I thought it was on a fucking hot air balloon or something. I don't know. That also rings a bell when you mentioned that one.
Lenny, is that about her, or is that just about the guy that did in 80 days? Because apparently she did in 72. So that would be a different person. The guy who had the record before her and her reporter friend.
Okay.
I would imagine. I don't know.
Well, that's crazy, yeah.
Or maybe Hollywood was like, round it to 80.
Round it up to 80.
Round it to 80, guys.
Right. Okay. Well, my last one. A man named Abdul Bandahar is currently alive in Bangladesh. I don't know his age, but he suffers from a condition known as epidermal dysplasia verruciformis. That's a fucking mouthful.
Is he the only one that has it in the world?
No, there's 4 known cases. It's super rare. But some of you might have heard this. He went through the rungs of social media a few years ago or something. Basically, he has warts all over his hands and feet that look like tree bark. Like, you imagine what Groot's hands look like. They go fucking crazy. He's
really hard. Like,
no, it resembles bark.
Yeah.
Right.
All cracked up and shit.
He can't work anymore. He used to be a rickshaw driver, but he can't use his hands anymore because he can't even like bend his fingers. They're completely, his whole hands go to like wood.
They're like, why can't you come into work? He's like, I am Groot.
Like, basically,
I am Groot, motherfucker.
He keeps calling in sick. Still Groot.
I'm still Groot.
He's been dubbed the Tree Man because of his bark-like growths on his skin. Doctors say he needs very aggressive surgeries, and dozens of attempts of surgeries have failed.
Oh, fuck.
And he's been worked on, like it's been surgically removed many times, and not every time, but multiple times, the doctors have said he's completely cured. This is a medical marvel. We've figured out how to fix this insanely rare genetic disformity. And every time they grow back, and they grow back worse. They grow back at like different places that they weren't in before, kind of thing.
I wonder, because it's like a wart. I wonder if they like it, because obviously they've cut it off, but did they treat it with like some sort of like, I don't know, bleach? Like fucking put something on it after. I know with warts, you cut them off, then you put shit on them. That really helps because you really got to get deep with them, right?
You
get right
in
there. And with this, man, holy, that's crazy. That would be nuts. Imagine cutting it all off and having to soak in a fucking.
Here's a picture of Buddy. That's his hands.
Zoom into his hand.
How do I fucking show it without it getting? There we go. Boom.
Wow.
That's Buddy's fucking hands, and his feet do that too. Like those are those are warts on his goddamn hands. Okay. There's 4 known cases in the world of people with this, but this guy has it the most aggressive, apparently.
Does he have it anywhere else?
On his feet.
Anywhere else?
No, I don't think so.
That's good.
But there's one other person in Bangladesh as well that has it. So this is the hospital.
Something to do with over there.
Yeah, something to do.
Something in the water.
Yeah, epidermal dysplasia verruciformis. Yeah, I can't say that too many times or the goddamn couch moves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
25 bouts of surgery since 2016 he's gone through.
Jesus.
They're called protuberances, the doctors call it.
A wart is like a fungus, so it is like a fungus, but almost like an external fungus.
I don't know. They say it's wood-like, though. It's super hard. He can't bend his hands or anything.
Has anyone? You said there's 4 people that have it. Has anyone received like treatment that worked? Do you know?
Dang. No, like this doctors don't know how to fucking
Jeez.
cure this. Look at that. That looks like he's got fucking pom-poms on his goddamn hands.
Burn it.
Burn it with fire.
Cut it all off and then burn his hands.
Yeah. But yeah, every time they take it off, he gets new ones in places that they weren't in before. Kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh man.
That would suck so goddamn bad. You can't live your life.
Dude,
right?
You need someone to follow you around and like pull your pants down,
Yeah.
use the washroom and like.
So he's spent his whole fucking recent life in the capital of Bangladesh, just being worked on by doctors trying to find the goddamn cure for this stuff. And luckily no one charges him for it. Right. But so yeah, good luck, bud. And he's alive today.
He's a medical mystery, right? Like
it's only 4 cases known in the world of people having this.
That would suck so much.
It's kind of like you've heard of some people have like horns growing out of their head kind of thing. Like it's almost the same thing, like, but they're just coming out of his fucking hands.
Jesus.
Like they're just giant nail kind of things.
Well, at least his dick's okay, right?
Apparently, but he can't fucking jerk off or anything.
I mean,
he's got a wife and
hopefully
kids.
he doesn't have to jerk off.
Yeah.
A wart is HPV virus, not a fungus. What? I thought
more you know. I wish we had that one.
I thought a wart was a type of fungus. I guess I'm wrong.
We love warts.
I was wrong. Cassandra was right.
Yeah. Thank you, Cassandra.
On this show, we don't argue things. We just believe people.
Yeah.
So
this is the Believe Us podcast.
Yeah, first of all, Cassandra broke the rule. So
yeah.
She didn't believe me. But
you take our word for it.
I'm going to be the bigger man and just believe her now.
Yeah. It's not the Ask Cassandra podcast.
Speaking of Ask Cassandra, it's almost time for Ask Davey. One more.
Well, you got one more. You're Dr. Percy.
Oh, there's Dr. Percy, but Gigi Allen is so much more.
Let's do that. We're getting a little long in the tooth here. Yeah.
Long in the tooth. All right. Well, does anybody here know about Gigi Allen?
Like I've heard of him, but I don't know who the fuck it is or anything like that.
If you know who Gigi Allen is, tell me in the comments. Tell me what you know. But yeah, so he's a musician, punk rocker. He's a vocalist for a shitty little punk rock band.
What band?
Gigi Allen.
They're just called Gigi Allen.
Just Gigi Allen.
That's like, probably why I heard of it then. Yeah.
I don't think it was a real band. Whoever he got to play that night played probably, but he was pretty wild. See, Shay knows. Goddamn Allen. This guy was the epitome of like anarchy and like not giving a fuck about anything.
Right.
Like he really didn't. It all started the one night he thought it'd be funny to take a bunch of X-Lax before his show.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And he ended up like shitting everywhere. It got all over the place, and he thought it was like the funniest fucking thing ever. So it became like a thing. Except instead of taking X-Lax, like he would just like he'd be naked at his show, spitting on the crowd, fucking he'd shit.
And everyone's like, "This is cool, hey?"
Yeah, dude, he'd shit on the stage, and then he'd pick it up and throw it all over people in the crowd. He'd have shit on him. He'd get in the crowd, start fighting people. Fucking,
I'd be so upset.
Oh, he'd end every show with blood and shit all over him,
right?
And naked, like he was fucked up, dude. But he came from a weird ass family. Like his dad was like super religious, but also like a fanatic and stuff. And he put his son through some like weird ass shit. And at one point, his mom had to actually like steal him away, but then she held him for ransom. And so like this guy grew up in like a fucked up household, and it turned him into a fucked up person. Oh yeah, his dad used to make him dig graves in the backyard and say like, "These are for us. Like we'll be in these
one
soon."
day, son.
Yeah, dude, his dad was really messed up. I'm glad I never went to any of those concerts.
No, me too. That sounds like the worst time in the world.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, I guess it was in the 80s. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a while back. Lenny, you could have gone to one of those shows, had a great time. I don't know. Something funnier than the podcast is going on downstairs. Better shut that door.
I think they're just being dumb.
Hey, you guys being dumb down there? They're usually watching. So. But anyways, so this after he started shitting on people and all that stuff, like all his wild ideas started coming out and all his thoughts, and he was on random talk shows talking all sorts of shit, you know what I mean? And saying like, "Hey, I'm the guy. kids, don't listen to all these old people trying to tell you what to do. If you want to live your life, just listen to me and you'll be just fine. That's what he used to tell the kids. And then he'd shit on people. But,
and then I shit on them. Yeah.
But he used to tell people like, fuck this. People never do what they say they're going to do. I am a man of my word. I always do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to kill myself.
I'm going to shit on you.
I'm going to kill myself October 31st, 1990.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Buddy in the chat's going hard.
Our biggest fan just showed up. Al Qaeda, Taliban, ISIS, Islamic Jihad terrorist.
Thank you for coming back again.
Thanks.
Y'all like Osama bin Laden? You got any more of that bin Laden?
He's like, got any more weapons to leave behind?
Right.
Hey, Joe Biden. So anyways, G.G. Allen always said he was going to kill himself October 31st on Halloween, right? 1990. He kept saying that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. At one of his shows, he said he was going to do it. Well, he never did it. He never did it? No, he's like, no, I stick to my word. But to be fair, is because he was in prison.
Sounds like he's just fucked in the head.
He is just fucked in the head. But he was in prison for that, so he didn't get to kill himself at the time. However, you know, had he been Jeffrey Epstein, that wouldn't have been a problem. But every year up until 1993, he was in prison on that day. So he never killed himself on that day. And then in 1993, and this is my favorite part of the story, when he died. Like, no offense to him or anything, but fuck, this is awesome. So he does a show. I'm
sure it's the same for everyone he shit on too.
Yeah. So I guess it's 1993. I don't know which month, but he does a show and he decides, you know what? Fuck everything, right? So after the show, him and any fan who wanted to, like, they just went roaming the streets. They just went roaming the streets, doing whatever the fuck they wanted to.
I got nothing better to do.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys got in your pocket? Heroin? Let's do that.
Oh, yeah.
So they're doing heroin. They're doing fucking crack. Everything they could get their hands on. Eventually, they wind up at like some drug dealer's house, all partying and stuff, and like just getting fucked up. And basically, like in the morning, people are getting up, and then eventually, you know, one guy's like, "Oh, he's not sleeping. He's dead." He was just like on a pile of people in the living room, fucking sleeping, like hung over from drugs and shit, and just actually died in the middle of it all.
The way he wanted to go.
Yeah. And because of like, you know, how public he was with his views and what he wanted, dude, like they essentially got to like keep his body. And like, dude, he didn't go to like a mortician or like the people that fucking like
mortuary.
He didn't go to and get like all fixed up, you know?
Yeah.
They just like kept his body laying around. Eventually,
Morgue.
they eventually like bloated and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they fucking they put a leather jacket and a jock strap on him and drew a Sharpie like all over his body, all sorts of shit.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And then they had a funeral for him.
That's what you get. Yeah, you shit on people.
Yeah, dude. And then they had a funeral, which was essentially like a giant drug party.
Okay.
Like they just got high on heroin. Like they were taking pictures with the corpse. They were fucking taking drinks with the corpse, pouring drinks down every one of his holes. I don't think there was ever another funeral like it, to be honest. One of a kind fans too. And if you were part of that, you know, I'd like you to call in
to the 911 and fucking admit yourself
to the fucking
goddamn
Blackwell's Insane Asylum and fucking. But so after that, he gets a grave and whatnot, and he gets buried. But the legend lives on. So in order to honor him, people will go to his grave and shit on it.
Shit on the grave. And there's a bunch of flowers growing like through the shit.
And I don't mean a little bit, like lots of people shit on his grave, like all over it.
Right.
To the point where it actually had to get removed from the fucking cemetery because like other people will go to visit the tombstone beside it. Just shit everywhere. Yeah. And the also
Al Qaeda guys like, oh, we shit on graves everywhere anyways.
Yeah, we just shit in the streets over here. We just shit where we are. So his mom was really upset about that too. So
you're upset about that part?
She just like didn't take part in any of his
there
life,
we
and then
go.
just shows up and she's like, I'm actually upset about this. Why are you guys doing that? I guess his mom never went to
One of his concerts.
Drizzle timed out Al Qaeda Taliban ISIS
Right on.
That's weird that people would make an account like that just to
They're just trolls. But the weirder thing is, how much time do you have on your fucking hands?
I know,
Like,
that's weird, man. To say some pointless comments on here, that whatever. But
it's probably like 14-year-olds or, oh, these guys actually like know I exist.
So Gigi Allen, he has a grave somewhere.
Gigi Allen, fuck that guy. That was a stupid fucking idea to go shitting on people.
I watched a little mini documentary of these guys from CKY going on a road trip there to piss on it.
Good.
I've actually known about him for a long time. Cassandra, Lenny gets to call in real soon. We just
forgot about that. We've been playing dumb for too long here.
Hold on. Do we let him call in first, or do we ask Davey what's up?
Let's let him call in. Why not?
Why don't we get Davey up here?
Okay, then let's do that. What's the difference?
Because then Davey can be up here for the call, and he can ask
Okay,
Davey a
sure.
question.
Let's summon Davey. I wish we had a giant horn. Woo.
Woo.
Yeah.
Come on, Davey.
And then Davey comes up. He'll be running. But anyways, ask Davey. Do you got a question prepared for Davey?
Davey, can you bring some beers up with you? That's my question for Davey.
I don't know.
Can you bring me a drink up with you, Davey?
Yeah, that Gigi Allen one upsets me. I'd be fucking pissed if I got shit on me at a concert. I don't know why I'd be there in the first place. Like, you're going there expecting shit.
Hey, yes, please. Thanks,
Sure.
Davey.
Okay, never mind.
Battery low, got a jet. Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming by,
Tyler.
Tyler.
Right on.
Hope you
Thanks for
enjoyed the
sticking
show.
around through that shit story. Fuck me.
Hell yeah. I mean, who doesn't like a good shit story, man?
Right.
We talk about them at family dinner every Sunday.
I'd hate it when I was working in the fucking camps. Buddy, we'd all eat dinner together at this giant table, right? Buddy would fart right there at the table, and fuck me, that would piss me off. I was already so pissed off that I was stuck there in camp, and there's no beer or anything anyways. But if you fart at the goddamn dinner table,
you guys remember this?
You'll piss me off so hard.
Yeah, my dad used to get pissed off like that. That's how I learned not to fart at the dinner table. And then my dad's like, "Hey, you're not allowed doing that." But
I'd hate to see your dad super angry.
Now my dinner table's just chilling in the living room,
and everyone farts.
Once in a while, I'll let a fart out, and oh shit, that person's still eating. Ooh, sorry guys.
Right.
That's okay. So have you ever seen Donkey Show?
What's that? That looked like a Skype banner.
Oh. Skype banner. What's going on here? Lenny. Oh.
Lenny calling?
Lenny just sent me a message, so we are connected.
Oh, okay.
All right, Lenny, we got you on cue here. Hold up.
We're gonna ask Davey the serious questions here.
Can you give Davey the headphones?
Oh, sorry. Can't hear us yet. He's muted.
How's your mic there, Davey?
Test 1 2.
Test Davey.
Test.
Ladies and gentlemen,
test 1 2.
Davey, how
Crowded Room Podcast.
What's your last name, Davey?
Podcast in the world.
Which camera do I look into?
Yeah, you got your camera right there. Anyways, Dave, what's your last name?
Halabecky.
Halabecky. That's how we do it. Anyways, you guys want to come find a guy named Dave Halabecky? He'll tell you the way it goes. Here we go.
Test
3. Test. There we go.
1 2.
Anyways, Dave, we're here. This is our
such a good podcast.
This is our segment.
Yeah. Enjoying the podcast.
This one's kind of gone off the rails, but anyways.
So speaking of crazy people throughout history, we got Davey in here.
We got Dave,
and
this is our new
Davey's
segment.
Been around for a long history,
Davey.
actually.
Yeah. Here's my question: how old are you, Dave?
It's been 45 sun cycles.
Holy.
Basically, a planet spinning around the sun. We call it a cycle or a year. You call it a year too.
It's a long fucking time.
So yeah, 45 years.
45 years on the Earth. Okay, that was my question. What's your question?
Well, my question was if you liked the podcast. You said yeah, so we're done.
No. Let's give him a real question.
That's it for
Davey, would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized T-Rex or 1 T-Rex-sized chicken?
Well, I could eat a T-Rex sized chicken.
I bet you
Or
could.
no.
Dave, this is a serious
chicken-
segment. God damn it!
Yeah, take it seriously, man. That was a serious question.
Would you rather fight 100 chicken-sized T-Rex or one T-Rex-sized chicken? I think I saw this play out on YouTube. If you guys want to type that in,
Either way, I'm a goner, right?
You're a goner?
I don't think so.
Lenny agrees.
I don't
because
like that attitude.
No, Lenny agrees. Come on,
With
Lenny,
what?
back me up, Lenny. I know you're still out there listening.
Talk into the microphone.
Yeah, there you go.
See, here's the thing. I'm gonna throw my buddy Jer under the bus.
With
All right,
what?
What's up?
This is
April 1st. We're gonna not drink at all.
That's not throwing
For
me
the
under the
whole
bus. That's something I should have brought up a
Ladies and
while ago.
gentlemen,
Well,
April 1st. Davey's right. I can't.
our
believe I
goddamn
didn't bring
viewer
this up
count
before.
is dropping hard.
where's
No,
all
we're
the
good.
comments are right
Davey
now?
was the one viewer we're missing.
Oh, that's right. We lost it.
It started April 1st. No alcohol for the month.
Dave,
Beer
March
and a booze.
31st, we're drink.
And yeah, we'll see how long that happens or that carries on after that month.
See, here's the thing. It's
what?
really easy. Think about it this way. Now, my birthday is in April, and the day is the 20th.
oh,
So I'm pretty sure that day we can do a bit of a cheat.
no, you're
Oh
gonna.
no! This will be our rest day. You know, you guys work out and pump
Davey,
iron. You
no.
fucking work.
That's
And
It's
you
fucking
unfortunate.
rude.
It's just a casualty of war. Your birthday is just in the wrong fucking
man.
month.
Yeah,
man.
you're born the wrong day, bro.
You're born in the sober month. That's you
Obviously,
just can't celebrate it anymore.
No,
Okay.
you guys are on
No,
a
we'll
higher-
celebrate it. We'll celebrate it soberly.
Well,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, this has
And if
been
you drink,
Ask
it'll be-
Davey, our newest segment.
Yeah.
Uh,
I got another question for Davey. Davey, if you were an ant, how much could you lift?
Oh man, what is it? 11 times my weight.
Something like
So,
that.
So what's
yeah.
that?
I'm about 200 something. So I could lift and how was it?
2,000 pounds?
No, let him.
I
do it.
mean,
1.4 tons I could lift on my shoulder in carpet. Oh, no problem.
get that mic
I
right
think
in
you,
your mouth.
I think you could. Yeah, shove that thing
Yeah,
right, up,
right in
right
your
under
mouth
your
so we can hear you
goddamn
proper- there you go.
Hey,
sniffer.
you know what? I want to interject and just say, make one comment
Yep.
before I leave.
Yeah.
Next episode,
What?
The segment for Ask Davey should
Yeah.
be called "Shut the Fuck Up and Listen to Davey." How about
Okay,
that?
yeah. Hey, this has been Ask Davey.
Yeah. This is Davey's last appearance on the podcast. So say goodbye to Davey once and for
Do
all.
some hard editing.
But
There we
Davey's
go.
actually not going
All
right
right.
now because
We're
we got
gonna
Lenny
we're gonna
coming
throw
on.
to the phone here and let Lenny call in.
Hell yeah, Lenny. Do you want to do a video call or voice call? It's up to you. If you do a video call, I'll
What? How are we gonna show him? Oh, we got to go like
I got
that.
a little stand. And look, Lenny will just pop up right there.
Okay, that works for me.
So Lenny,
I would love to meet Lenny.
you
This
call
would be
me
good.
video.
Well, that's what
or
we're
just
fixing
whatever
to
you
do
want,
here.
Lenny. I'll answer.
But anyways, so much for
East-
Ask Davey.
East,
That was more
West.
just like fucking rant Davey kind of thing.
Davey, you were not supposed to get drunk before this.
That was drunk Davey. Yeah, that's the new segment, drunk
It's
Davey.
okay. Lenny's gonna have a question for you too.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get to answer Lenny's first question.
Wicked. This is interactive.
This is
awesome.
history in the making.
If we could summon
Lenny, I got you right here. I'm just waiting for the call.
Right?
could
Is
call
there any
you.
way we could call him?
I could.
I
press
think
his
that'd
button.
be better.
I
Unless
just want him
he's
to
probably
choose
not
video
ready.
or voice.
Problem is, he's on the East Coast sitting at a fucking 11:30.
I know.
Okay, Lenny, call anybody.
Love to hear from you, bud.
This is our first time talking to our
Oh, you see the ring?
boop 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 boop. We ain't got no one on the phone.
I think Lenny went to the bathroom.
Davey, can you rap?
No, I cannot rap.
Can you try?
I can drum. How about this?
All right, Leonard is.
No, we don't need that. We
unavailable.
don't need
Okay, that no.
All right, Lenny.
Cancel that. Cancel that.
Take that back. God damn it.
All right, Lenny. When you're ready, you
All right.
you call us. How about that?
Well, how about another-
Ask
what?
me about Will Smith. You never want to ask.
All right,
Oh.
let's ask you about Will Smith,
Lenny,
man. What do you
Lenny,
think?
what would you do if Will Smith smacked you in the face? I mean, Lenny. Davey.
Davey, Lenny.
What's the difference? Davey, what would you do if Will Smith smacked you in the face?
Will Smith smacked me in the face
while you're
and-
hosting the Oscars.
Oh, okay, that's different. Because if I was hosting for the Oscars and Will Smith was walking up on me like he did Chris Rock, and Chris Rock's like, oh, here we go. I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And then what would you do? Would you do karate hands?
Well, I'd be like, no, Fresh Prince. I'm telling you what, you turn around, I'll put Fresh Prince on my boot. Right up your
I'll
black ass.
I'll put Fresh Prince on your butt. Is that a so you
It's
would
a threat.
you would start
No, it's a clear threat.
you would rap a threat at him?
That was rapping. I was just rapping. It wasn't a threat. It was just
That was rapping. How old were you when in the 90s then when you were watching the Fresh Prince?
Oh shit, guys.
I was like
What?
16, 17 years old.
There we
We got
go.
Lenny.
Hey, we got
Hey,
Lenny
Lenny.
on the chat. Do we have a
No video though.
Oh,
just
that's fine.
audio. That's
How you
okay.
doing?
Lenny? We can hear you loud and clear.
We're doing great, Lenny.
Can
How
you
you
see
doing?
me?
No, I don't think we can see you.
No, we can't see you right now. All I see
I don't
is
know
us.
what we do.
Okay,
to-
how about now?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
something changed, but we just see
Something's
your.
How about
happening.
now?
Oh, I think you're loading. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you
There
are.
we
Hey,
go.
holy shit. Looks like you got your own podcast.
Hey,
You got your own studio and everything,
Holy
Lenny.
shit, Lenny.
how we
That's so
doing?
cool.
Good,
That's
man.
awesome.
Here, let's turn it
What's that,
around here.
Elvis in the
All
background?
right.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, it's
That
a
is-
pleasure to finally hear your voices.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, dude, it's a pleasure to
There
hear
we go.
yours, man.
it's been a long time, and
thanks.
we've never seen your face before, Lenny. Oh, we're shining
go.
you with the light though.
Oh, good. There
Okay,
we go.
I'm gonna try to lower the volume here so that I don't get
Oh, we'll lower your volume here.
Yeah.
Sounds
we-
good in the phone.
No, it sounds good
don't
for
get any
us. Yeah.
feedback.
Everything sounds good to us right now.
Yeah. Here, I'm just pulling up your levels here, Lenny. You can go ahead though. So
yeah.
Lenny, do you have a question for Davey?
Yeah, how much beer do you drink?
It's just a little much, hey? Like
You mean tonight or like on average, monthly?
Yeah, what have you drank tonight?
Lenny, I'll tell you, tonight I had 4 beers and a demon rum.
4 beers and a demon rum.
Oh,
Jesus, you turned the
His
microphone
mic was off
off.
the whole time.
That's what was
wow,
going on.
That's why I
Wow.
suck.
There we go. So say that again.
That's a hell of a diet.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Lenny, is that April 1st from April 30th, we are going a sober month. And
So he's got to
it's-
get it in now.
I really want to
Right
get
now,
it in
I'm
now.
looking at a. It looks to be like a circular light.
Yeah, sorry, we got you underneath our ring light there. Boom.
Okay.
There we go.
There, we just want to show the audience your face as well.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
you. on.
okay.
Good
And
show.
thank you for asking because it's an important issue. I'm glad you
Here,
asked.
we'll let you come see us for a bit though. Lenny, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you face to
Alex.
face for once. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so
well,
much. We really
I've seen
appreciate
you
your
a heck of a lot
patronage.
more
Oh,
than,
that's right. Yeah, I guess you see me all the
That's
time.
about 11:45 here, and I'm still awake.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
How you doing,
Boy,
Dave?
yeah, you bet. Yeah, Lenny, it's very pleasure to meet you, sir.
Wow.
East
Yeah,
Coast to West Coast. This
likewise.
is a beautiful connection. I love it. I love it.
I love your accent. I
Yeah.
feel like you'd have a podcast about like baseball or something, sports or something.
I've been planning this, trying to hook up the Skype thing so that we wouldn't have any technical difficulties. And
Yeah.
This
No, it
worked.
looks like
a
you
little
got your
bit of
own little
a
studio.
nickel here and there, but it's working okay.
Right
Yeah.
on. We gotta plan an interview of you pretty quick here. We'll make an actual segment where we interview you.
Hell yeah! Right now,
Actually, I'm going to have a studio built in my home down here so that I can,
do your own podcast.
have a proper audio and
Yeah.
visual type thing happening. Right now, this is just a Band-Aid and a
Yeah.
grappling hook, hooking this stuff up together. I'm not a technical guy.
No, neither are we. And
No, we-
honestly, like you don't seem like you're missing much that we have, kind of thing. Like we're just doing a laptop and a couple mics,
Are
Whoa,
you
whoa,
in your shop or
3
in your
mics.
basement?
3 mics.
Looks like.
He's
it
yeah.
looks
It
like-
looks like you got a
I
shop
can't
behind
get
you.
my earphones to work properly, so I'm hearing you out of the
Oh, yeah,
monitor
yeah.
speaker.
Right. Okay.
So there's a little bit of a delay, but not bad.
Yeah,
Right. The
okay,
one
right.
thing that we could brag about is this little guy right here. Oh, I'm losing you. Boom. See this guy? It's our mixer
Yeah,
kind of thing.
That's the brain.
That's
it-
our brain.
You hit the pads.
I've
it
got a
shows us-
mixer also and a separate microphone.
Right.
But, I don't think I'm hooking this thing up right. But I'm going to get some technical advice from
Right.
someone that knows what they're doing. Hook all this stuff up for me.
Okay. Yeah, we could use that too, honestly. But
Hey, the more you do it, the more you learn.
and just to show the audience back, this is Lenny.
What's this
For
button
anyone
do?
who couldn't see him, there's
So Lenny, how did you
there's a
find
better view of Lenny.
how did you find our podcast?
He works for Google.
I might have told you the story before, but if you go to YouTube and you type in podcast, under the filters, you go to the right and it says live.
Oh, and you just look. Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
clicked live and I scrolled down the side of the band, and that's how I found you guys.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. And
That's
that was
great.
And for anyone who doesn't know, that was like at the beginning. That was like
Yeah.
one of our first episodes where, we barely knew what we were doing. It was one of our first times.
It was a
being
weird
live.
coincidence. Yeah.
And Lenny showed up, and we were so surprised. It was like someone that wasn't our friend is watching. It's like, wow.
Because
Like,
honestly,
our
like
first-
we said, we don't want to go on to social media and be like, hey, come watch us, guys. We want to kind of find people that are looking to watch us in the first place, not
Yeah.
just going to make time out of their day because it patronizes us, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So
the
we really
algorithm-
appreciate it.
Algorithm just pulled you through, right? Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
The algorithm praised us.
So Lenny, how about we get another question from you for Davey here, and then we'll send him on his way, and we'll replace him with Dwayne.
Oh,
We
you
got some
love
guitar
that.
going after.
Oh, boys.
Does
He's been
Dave
practicing.
work with either one of you guys?
I'll let you answer that.
Lenny, no, I don't work. I used to work with Jer. Actually, let me just uncloak my unmodest self and just let me tell you that I taught Jer everything he knows. But that's because we're live. That's just because we're live. I take it back. I regress. That's bullshit. Actually, Jer has taught me more about life than I thought I'd ever learn on my own. And we get along great. We're roommates and we get along awesome. He cooks, I clean, and we balance it all out and it works good, man.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but
We're,
it's hard
a
for a
lesbian
heterosexual
couple.
man. It's hard for a heterosexual man to live like that. You know this, right?
Yeah. We had to
Just saying.
we had to convert to lesbians.
Yeah. Yeah. It was hard at first.
But no, we'll have to evolve this into a Ask Davey to a Ask Lenny when you'll be a
What?
star on our show, bro.
No,
Just
but,
like this.
Eventually, yeah, we will.
I really enjoy your podcast, and it's even though it's only been a few months,
Yeah.
you guys are starting to evolve.
Really. Thank you.
You know,
It's
you
baby
got some
steps.
interesting subjects, and you dissect them, and
Thank
nice
you.
commentary and banter going back and forth.
Did
you
you like the conspiracy
That's
episode
one
last
thing I
week?
look, at is a podcast that's interactive.
Right.
and,
Yeah.
there's a good conversation going on.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed, Lenny. It means a lot to hear your perspective and hear that, we're getting better.
Right.
Because we do put a lot of work, and we put more work into every episode. So I thank
This
you for that
one today kind of felt flat
turn
for
right
me.
around.
I don't know. How'd you think about today's episode, Lenny?
I think it was very interesting.
Yeah, you liked it? Great.
The subject matter and
We're live, Lenny.
conspiracy theories. Especially the DB Cooper thing, because
Yeah.
I lived through that.
That's
I
right.
mean, that was in the news nightly, and
Right,
they
right.
had they even had the National Guard looking out for that guy, and they didn't know where he jumped out.
Right.
And it was I always felt sooner or later something's going to pop up, either a skeleton or the front.
Right.
together.
Yeah. And they believe it's that rickshaw guy, but you know, you can't really pin it on anybody these days, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's great. That really popped out at me as interesting. That's why I took such a dive into that. And it took up most of my research. The other guys I researched were quick little couple paragraphs, but that one was a couple pages for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that too. I'm glad you appreciated that. I think guys around our age maybe never even heard about it, right? And they wouldn't be so interested. But I personally had
think
heard
there
of
was
it.
a B movie about D.B. Cooper somewhere
Yeah.
in the past.
Okay.
But the fact that he didn't just jump out of an airplane, he jumped out of a jet airplane.
Right.
Oh, really?
At night in the rain.
You were right. It was lousy weather. And just below that 10,000 foot ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that guy had a lot of stones doing something like that.
Yeah. And experience, like you got to know what you're doing to request those things. Like you really got to have done it once or twice before, you'd think.
I think so. Like jumping out of a plane with a parachute. Like that's not
Well, I
something
don't
you
think
just
at
do.
that point anybody ever jumped out of a jet airplane.
Right.
Really?
That's true. Yeah.
Hey Lenny, have you ever jumped out of a jet airplane?
Okay.
Or ejected from a jet airplane?
Actually, when I was in my 20s, a friend of mine and myself over at a local airport for $25 and Army surplus parachutes. We jumped once.
Oh my!
Really?
OMG!
Wow.
At
That's awesome.
2,500 feet, and the instructor said, 9 out of 10 of you guys will never be back, and he was right. I never went back.
Did it scare the crap out of you or what?
I had a bruise on my ass as big as a pineapple
From the
No.
landing.
Damn.
I'm glad I asked.
What
Thank you, Lenny.
Sweet.
That was
Yeah.
a
Good
story.
job, Davey. Yeah.
What year was that?
You said you're 25
this had
or
to be
so.
1975.
Okay.
Right.
somewhere around there.
Wow.
That was when
Yeah.
Davey was just a thought in mommy's mind.
Huh.
You got to understand this too. I mean, this is before cell phones and computers.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
Oh
so
yeah.
when you saw an ad in the local paper that said, come on down and jump out of an airplane, sounded like a cool thing to do.
Attaboy, Lenny. That is a good story.
Come
That was
on
awesome,
down. We'll
yeah.
toss you out of an airplane. Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
That's
Well,
cool.
Hey
I,
guys, I think I should
Yeah,
pull the
you
earphones
should go,
on and
go get
up
Dwayne.
here.
Davey,
Yeah.
go tap Dwayne in.
gonna
And in the
turn this
meantime,
off.
Lenny, do you have another story you'd like to share with us before we say
Oh,
goodbye?
I don't know. You know, it's
It's on. Turn it off.
73 years on this earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stories. I don't know where to stop.
I bet.
Well, maybe make some bulletin points and let's schedule an interview.
Yeah, I'd love to
we'll
have you.
we'll focus an episode all around you and interviewing you the entire time.
All right. I'm half Italian, half Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the Portuguese side of the family, there's a group of islands 900 miles off the coast of Portugal called the Azores. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No,
group
not
of
at all.
islands or not.
No, never heard of it.
Anyway, and it was, let's see, my grandfather was born in 1870, and in 1887, he hopped a freighter from the Azores to Boston, made his way down to Westport, Massachusetts, and worked on a dairy farm.
Okay. And your family's been in Massachusetts ever since.
At 33, he married a 19-year-old from another Azorean island,
Wow.
and they had 10 children.
Jeez.
5 died under the age of 10.
Wow.
Jeez.
Was that pretty common back then?
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking,
Really?
this is before the, modern medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women didn't go into the hospital to have children. They had them at home.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a whole different life.
Wow.
Right.
But that's the Portuguese side of the family. On the Italian side of the family, my Italian grandfather, went from Italy to Scotland. And from what I understand, he spoke Italian with a Scottish accent.
Wow, I wonder what that sounds like.
You know, so I mean, all I have is stories from my father and my mother about both their sides of the family.
Okay.
But we'll leave it at that, and I can expand on that later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'd love to hear
Yeah, we'll go try to think up some more questions to come to the table with, and if you have any little things that you come across that you want to bring up, write it down and save it, and we'll I don't know, I think next weekend we have plans, but maybe the weekend next Thursday we have plans for the show, but maybe the Thursday after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. Maybe we'll write that one down.
Meantime, I'll try to get my technical issues settled here. And,
right. Well, this is honestly, this isn't that bad.
The only thing you're missing is some headphones in your
right.
set.
But you can hear us, right?
Yep.
I can hear you. There's a slight delay.
Right.
But I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's all good.
We made it work.
I think the delay just has to do with Skype, though.
It's just there's a delay between what he hears on the podcast and
okay.
So yeah, but yeah, man. Thanks, Lenny. Thanks for calling in, man.
This is
Appreciate
great.
it so much. I'm so happy to talk to you for the first time. That was awesome.
It's been a pleasure, and also Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, yeah.
We'll catch you later.
And now we're getting Dwayne on. So
great.
Thanks, Lenny. Thanks for calling in.
So much.
Have a good night.
Call back regularly too.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Lenny. Everybody say goodbye to Lenny.
Thank you. Have a
See
great
you later,
night.
Lenny. You too.
Lenny.
Thanks for staying up so late.
Absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're sticking around this long, you get a treat.
Yeah, bonus.
Yeah. Little bonus, a little reward for your goddamn patronage. We've got Dwayne Willier back again for his third appearance.
So I don't know if he's still here, but Jay Gutta tuned in. Actually, he was just messaging me.
He was on the
while Lenny was on.
He was live.
Jay Gutta.
I don't know if he was on the chat
there, but shout out Jay Gutta. That's who you were listening to.
Thank
earlier,
you, Jay.
Hell yeah.
Gave us permission to play his song at the beginning of the episode. There, if you actually were around 2 hours ago. Now we were on friggin' late.
Yeah, buddy, we're going a little late tonight, but that's all right. So Dwayne's gonna play a little bit of music now.
Dwayne's got some tasty licks,
and we'll finish the podcast with a bit more Jay Gutta after.
Right on. Take it away, Dwayne.
Nice. Like that little sounding end. Got all.
You got the
Beautiful
applause
there.
at the end there.
Hell yeah. The whole
Yeah.
crowd is cheering. Cassandra said it sounds really great. Bob McGee says he loves it. Lonesome Lenny says, great playing, Dwayne. So everybody liked it.
A little sloppy, but I've been having a couple wobbly pops.
It sounds like you guys are having fun. Yeah, Davey
we're
was
having a lot of
fucking
fun.
lit.
Oh, yeah. What were
Holy
you guys
shit.
doing down there?
Like I had like all these
Holy
fucking
shit,
I had all
man.
these riffs. I had this one riff I was gonna play like I kind of started with it. It's like this riff me and our brother Nene started back in high school.
The legendary one.
Yeah, the last beer song. I was gonna do that as a tribute for you guys, but then I got all fucking nervous.
Right.
Kind of went off on my own fucking tilt.
Shit.
Right.
Well, next time you'll nail it.
Someday. I don't know. I thought it would have been fitting for this episode. But,
You need to be
That was
talking about
good.
it forever.
And I mean, it's giving you an excuse to fucking grind and practice and everything. You're just getting better.
I get nervous.
That's okay. That'll
It
go
happens,
with
bro.
time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fun though. I love it. I love kicking with you guys.
Like this is
we love
basically
having you on the
public
show.
speaking. Like
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better at that aspect of it.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
Let alone the guitar.
It fucking lit a fire under my ass to get better for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know,
it's public speaking, and we know you already picture us naked, so this should be easy for you.
It's I should be knocking this out of the park. Like, fuck. But hey, Babe Ruth swung a million times. You know what I mean?
He only landed a few. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna fucking wrap this shit up, boys, or what?
Yeah. Well, I think if you want to start that, Jay Gutta. If he was nice enough to gift us his newest album songs here.
Yeah, I played his new song at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And now he actually just released his singles. Doesn't have a single album out.
Oh, really?
Just singles. So I'm gonna play one from 2020, one of my more favorite ones. Look it up on YouTube. It's called Etc. He bakes a cherry pie while he raps. It's
right. But we're playing our way out of here. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Crowded Room podcast. We all thank Dwayne so much.
And thank Lenny
for coming by. Lenny for contributing.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Lenny. That was really cool.
That was really cool,
was
dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's got fucking
Baby, obviously
more than double the experience on this earth of any of us.
Respect.
Right?
Oh yeah, and shout out to my brother Cody Prince, who's kicking it downstairs.
Hell yeah!
Oh, really?
See you real soon.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, the audience, for listening. This has been the Crowded Room podcast.
And once again, thanks, Jay Gutta. Here's your song.
And this is Jay Gutta.
Yeah. I want it to be everything I never was, but depression's got me high, there's not a better buzz. So I may never love, cause there's a better drug. Plus she never does, etc, etc. Maybe I could fuck it off if it would get me over. Maybe Nikki fell in love because she met me sober. I remember we were fucking on a leather sofa. Now we're getting older, they love to say I told you. So I'm trying to get in range of that new Range Rover. All that shit was never cool, but I still stayed kosher. A whole lot of shit had changed if I changed over. Now all I think about is death, every day's closer. I left all my exes with the same closure. Revenge has been a friend, I know it ain't supposed to. Regret has been a threat that I still can't smolder. God, I need a shoulder, but I take an answer. Is this shit a gift or is this shit a cancer? Alyssa says I'm stiff, but she's a fucking dancer. I shouldn't put that bitch inside my written stanza. Damn it, Dan, we caught that bitch pulling her pants up. Used to ball this for the one until they cut or banned us. You would stand up, now you don't stand much. Dummy, you handcuffed, you joined the fan club. You ran your bands up, but you fucked the fam up. I still slide to 895 and get my dick trained. She ain't like me back in school, oh well, I'm guessing shit changed. I just gave that bitch the 101 until I switched lanes. It's funny how the script changed. I find it ironic you don't call back then. When you see me, still approach me like it's all caps, man. I'm still rocking all my jerseys and my ball caps, man. I can see you springing forward, I'll just fall back. Don't you dare go text my phone if it's in all caps, bitch. My short patience ain't been nothing but a tall tax, bitch. If that's not direct, then tell me what you call that, bitch. I'm not all that, bitch, but I'm all facts, bitch. Yeah. I'm all facts, bitch. Look, I want it to be everything I never was, but depression's got me high, there's not a better buzz. So I may never love, cause there's a better drug. Plus she never does, etc, etc.
You guys, thank you so much. Goodbye. Cancel it.
Oh.